Good morning and welcome to another weekly vlog. It's Monday. Homeschooling. Oh no, dogs are going to start barking. I don't know why. Isaac is doing some work. He's designing a title page for class topic, which is flight at the minute.
I done the next picture.
Can you wait till I just finished, Isaac? We can't get the booklet that we need with everything in it because obviously we're stuck in the house with the old COVID. So someone's dropping it off this evening, so we're trying to piece together as much of today's work from Google Classroom as we can, because we're going to have a load of stuff to catch up on tomorrow from today that we couldn't do. So yeah, it's challenging. Parents having there's so much work coming home, and again I can't help but feel for parents that are out there doing full-time jobs having to factor this in. And I know there's nothing else for it, and I know it's our kids and all the rest, but it's difficult. Me and Darren are both feeling rough as hell, so that's difficult in itself, but at least we have the luxury of there being two of us here and not being out all day at a job. So yes, I get back to it now. I just thought I'd say hello and welcome to the new week, and yeah, I will catch up with you later in the week. So hello. You're in the cupboard again. I know I look like death. Probably welcome to my weekly vlog because I don't think I've done any this week, even though it is Wednesday, I think. The world, everything's disappearing in a blur of homeschooling. I'm just making tea at the minute, which as you can probably hear bubbling, it's my rice. New development in our COVID saga. Darren started with a swollen ankle today. That's numb, but really painful when he puts weight on. It hasn't injured it, so it looks like he quite possibly could have a blood clot, which is a symptom of COVID. So even though he has COVID, I think our isolation comes to an end on, right, hang on, his symptoms started on the 5th, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th. Today is the 13th, so we're supposed to be isolating tomorrow, and then our 10 days is up on Friday. This is Wednesday, and he called the doctors and they said he had to go to the Dalriada Urgent Care Centre. And Darren says, "You do understand that I've got COVID?" And they said, "Yep, well, we have to treat patients somewhere." So he has to go there and let them have a look at it. It's like an out-of-hours doctor's surgery. And he has to give them a call when he's outside in the car. Don't leave the car. And they are going to look at it, although if they've got x-ray eyes, I don't know. And if they think that it could be a clot, he has to go to the hospital to have a scan before they'll treat it. Now, I would have thought, in the light of everything that's going on, they would just give him blood thinners, because that's the treatment, blood thinners and one of those socks, those pressure socks. But given that he hasn't injured it, and this pain's just started, and it's swollen, and it's numb, which is all symptoms, and COVID's also a risk factor for blood clots, and obviously if you've been sedentary, if you haven't been moving around a lot, which Darren hasn't, so he had to call the doctor, get a call back. Now he's having to go to Dalriada Care Centre. They're going to look at it, and if they think it might be a clot, they're sending him to the hospital to get a scan. Now I don't know if that'll be an immediate thing, or if he'll have to wait for that, or if he'll be sent right away. So I'm just waiting to find out at the minute. That's the kettle. It's really loud, our kettle. So it's just a waiting game at the minute. I really hope, we can't, because if a blood clot breaks off, you're at risk of stroke or heart attack, so that's fantastic. Let's hope it's not that. We're both okay. We feel like we've got a virus, which obviously we have. My mum's carers confirmed when she asked that they were all off, what's the word they use, isolating, because they've been in contact with someone with COVID. So if they've been in contact with someone with COVID, given that they go in round all the different people's houses, you would have thought they would have to inform the people in those houses and ask them if they were happy with them coming in, which they haven't told. I told my mum to ask, and she did, and they have confirmed that it is COVID. They're all, they've been in touch with someone with COVID. What, the whole workforce? Obviously it's come from someone's house, or someone spread it amongst all the staff. I don't know. But my mum and dad pretty much are sure they have it. They have all the same symptoms as us. My dad has COPD, which, as you know, is a big concern of mine. They're both suffering really bad migraines and complete and utter exhaustion, which is the symptom that comes first, and then the respiratory stuff comes after. So we've been speaking on the phone every night to sort of keep an eye on what's happening. But obviously they can't get out to get any shopping, and I can't get in to bring in shopping, and all the supermarkets are booked up for weeks in advance for the home delivery, so it's a complete and utter nightmare. Yeah, so we just have to watch this space, hopefully. But then again, if this Tetadar and I don't think that's a clot go home, I'm going to be concerned that it could be one and they've missed it. So part of me wants them to say, yeah, it is one, go get a scan and get treatment just in case, but I don't know. He said he's going to try and push them to give him the treatment as if it were one, because blood thinners can't, unless you have got a condition that makes it dangerous, blood thinners won't do you any harm temporarily. So I don't see why they don't just, if they suspect that's what it is, treat it as such rather than send them for scans in hospitals, because there are numerous strains of COVID about at the minute and you can catch more than one. We've had it twice. His concern and mine is if he catches another on top of what he's got, it could, you know, God knows, but he had pneumonia a couple of years ago, so his lungs are compromised. So yeah, that's what's happening. Sorry it's not a more cheery one. My best friend had really horrible news this week also. Kelly, her little cat Bailey passed away. I remember Bailey from many years ago. He was a good age, but he's the most gorgeous cat, just beautiful little cat. So they did know that he had been ill for the past couple of years, but not ill, but they knew, I think she said their time was limited. He had been on medication, but it was very sudden, so that's just totally sucks. That's really sad. So yeah, sorry it's not a more cheery one, folks, but we're not feeling very cheery right now with everything that's going on. I shall check in with you guys later in the week. There's Dobby. Alright, you're going to tell us about your ankle.
What's the tell? I woke up, felt like I'd had a sock on that was too tight elastic. Didn't have a sock on. It was swollen, it was sore. They said it was a blood clot.
And what are we're still waiting on results?
Yes, what day is it today?
Friday.
Was it Wednesday the emergency doctor I went out to see?
Yep.
No.
He gave me blood thinners for
Wednesday
Wednesday night and Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And said I needed a scan. The hospital said I can't go for a scan because of COVID. So they sent a district nurse out apparently to do some form of home scan. She turned up, didn't realise that. She thought she was just taking a blood test. She took a blood test yesterday. The results still not back. And I haven't had any blood thinners since yesterday morning.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, when I said, do I have to go to hospital for a scan? Because I didn't want to go to hospital. He said, oh, well, yeah. I said, well, is it dangerous? He said, well, it's a blood clot, so yes.
Right, Isaac.
What?
You come up with a potential suggestion the other day about how we could have all caught COVID.
Oh.
Remember what did you say you thought?
The rat.
For what?
Rat.
What rat?
Down in our back garden.
What way did you tell me? Imagine you're telling me again. What did you say?
Because rats carry disease.
You said, I think I've worked out how we got COVID. The rat.
The rat.
Why are you laughing?
This is funny.
It's not funny. I will turn off that camera.
No.
I'm picturing a little rat sat in the backyard with a
poor
little
fat rat. Going, huh? What?
It's not funny.
The rat gave us COVID because rats carry diseases.
No, it's not funny. It's true. Rats carry diseases. How do you think we got COVID in the first place? We've not been out anywhere.
The rat's not been in here.
I know, but we've been in the back garden into it.
When?
You've been out collecting crap, and I've just been out.
What? Like a bin man or an ironmonger? Oh, I've just
You've
been
been out
collecting crap. We're
No,
gonna
the dog's
get it
crap.
weighed in.
Would you just like to clarify what he's talking about?
I don't know what it's talking about.
Dog poo.
Oh yeah, the dog's poo. This dog.
Okay.
I'm not buxom. It's a dog. How many times this morning did she poo?
3.
3
Yeah,
times
that's
in the
why
morning.
we're going outside. And then we get COVID from
Oh,
the rats.
Yeah, the snow had melted and it left all the
Stop
minefield.
laughing!
So what have you
I'll
been doing?
cook you.
Have you been doing homeschooling?
No,
Yes, you have. Have you been enjoying your homeschooling?
more than school.
Yeah, well, but what time did you finish your homeschooling at this morning?
1:10.
11:10.
1!
And what time did we start the homeschooling at?
21.
It was about 9:20. So we were doing homeschooling for just under 2 hours. And we done everything. Obviously, clearly not giving you enough work to do. Alright, well
Why
that'll...
were you laughing at me?
That will do for our update, because it's just, it's amusing, Isaac, the rat out there
No, it's not.
getting the blame of COVID.
Yeah,
They
poor
carry
rat.
disease.
Poor rat went, what?
We live next to farms, so that's why there's a rat. We're not filthy.
I think it's gone now anyway. I've not seen it in a few days. It's probably buggered off home.
Hopefully the rat's okay.
You're not visible.
It's buggered off with all your bagels it's been nicking.
Bacon.
Bagels for the
So,
birds.
development.
Bird bacon.
I have no taste of... What's the word? I can't taste or smell. It's hideous. It doesn't matter what I eat. Nothing. Isaac, don't gross.
Smell
But you
like-
can't smell it.
No, I can't smell it, but that's irrelevant.
Isaac.
Yeah.
So last night we had turkey burgers. Couldn't taste that. Yesterday morning I had Weetabix, which I could taste completely fine, and then I was out putting our recycling out, and the neighbour came out and she thinks she has it. And I was saying, we didn't lose our taste of... Is it taste of... What do you say? Sense of
smell.
smell or taste. And there's me saying, oh no, me and Darren are fine, we've got that. And then yesterday evening it's like I was struck down for my presumption. Can't
What does
taste or
that mean?
smell now. I'm just not amused. So even if the Chinese was open, which it isn't, which in itself is a disaster, it opens on the 17th, which is like 2 days. I can't bloody taste anything. So I'm not spending money for China. We worked out the other day, Darren worked out the other day that we spend £1,000 a year on Chinese takeaways. If you spend £20 a week on a takeaway, which is what we spend, that's £1,000 a year. Well, it's 960, which is a bit scary. So yeah, no sense of smell or taste. Symptoms: headaches a lot, on and off. Breathing quite difficult when you're lying flat in bed. It's just, I don't know, I just find my chest feels really tight. Darren's waiting on his results for his blood clot. He's coughing quite a bit. Same sort of symptoms, headachy. We're knackered, no energy.
Bizarre vivid dreams.
Have you?
Well, you certainly bloody have.
Well, I've no memory of the bizarre vivid dream. I talk in my sleep.
She was lying on a table and complaining that the edges hadn't been finished correctly.
Yeah, I was lying on a table saying the edges haven't been finished, and then I was talking about Lego for some reason.
Yeah.
I've no recollection. My mum and dad today are taking COVID tests. I sent for them a week ago and they didn't take them. The carer phoned me up this morning saying she was really concerned about my dad because she walked in and he was in the living room shivering. My dad usually isn't out of bed before 2 or 3 o'clock on an afternoon, but he had to leave the room when they came in because he couldn't stand the noise because he had a migraine, which obviously is a symptom. But my concern is that they talk about you having the symptoms for about a week to 10 days and then you should start to improve, or you will hit a second stage where you deteriorate. And I'm worried, Isaac, don't make jokes, and I'm concerned that is where we're going with my dad. He's not well at all. I've said before he's got COPD. My dad is one of these old-fashioned men that has a host of things wrong with him and won't get help about it. He's got fibro, ME, arthritis, COPD, diverticulitis, God only knows what else. So the carers basically are now going in like hazmat gear. They came in this afternoon. They get changed out in the car park outside the house, so the entire neighbourhood now know that my parents probably have COVID. My mum says I don't give a damn, but I wouldn't either. So they were taking the tests this afternoon and sending them off, so they will have a definitive answer hopefully by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. This is Friday, so I'm assuming that the labs won't be working on Sundays. So I'm pretty sure they've got it, absolutely, because they've got exactly the same symptoms as us. So I'm worried about my dad. My mum, even though she is ill and she's got MS, her lungs are fine. So it will make her very tired and headachy, but she won't struggle with breathing. But my dad, obviously he's not like a sensible person like me or Darren would be, that if we knew there was an issue we would seek help. My dad wouldn't, because he would think, oh well, what's going to happen to my mum? And me and Darren are stuck here isolating. It's actually illegal for us to leave the house. But Darren had to go to the emergency doctor, and that meant he had to leave the house. So our restriction ends this weekend, so we can go out from then. And I really don't want to, but I sort of, in the situation, feel sort of obliged to have to make sure my parents are alright and they have groceries in and stuff because they're not well. And I'm terrified of catching something else. But that's what's happening, that's life, and I want to reflect how things are for when I look back in the future, when life's back to normal, wondering, how did we feel in the middle of all this? Pretty damn miserable, but it could be so much worse. If my dad's alright and doesn't end up in hospital and Darren gets this thing sorted out, then, you know, the symptoms we can deal with. But it's a bit disastrous that I can't taste food and I'm not going to be able to taste Chinese. That's distressed me. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. We're not doing anything, obviously. We're just sat in the house. I'm considering going back to doing some reviews on my main channel. I'd asked for feedback from people, and I watch so much stuff it seems a shame not to actually talk about it. So I may start doing just like little short 5-minute reviews of things that I watch. I may do one on that the Night Stalker documentary that's just come onto Netflix about is it Richard Ramirez?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that. It's a 4-part. We watched that the other night, so I might do a review of that later today. We shall see. So yeah, I will catch up with you just to sign off the vlog. Right, what are we doing?
The Great Hall from Harry Potter Lego set.
Right, well look at this. Justice Magician. Let's explain. Are you going to help with the Legos? Are you going to help? So this is the Harry Potter Great Hall.
I'm sure it's like 1,000.
It's exactly the same as the Harry Potter Great Hall, but it's made by Lee-Pin, not Lego. Now this, if I bought this from Lego, how much would this cost if it was Lego?
About £200.
£200. It wasn't £200. It wasn't cheap, don't get me wrong, it was not cheap, but we are going to build this now. And when we're finished,
I just found a cute little thing. How weird is this umbrella?
we bought a LED lighting kit for it, so we'll be able to light it up. Now this is going to take some time, so
It'll take about a year.
it won't take a year, so you'll probably not see it in this week's vlog. I just wanted to let you see what we're doing. So, yeah. Dobby is doing what she normally does. She's in her papoose. Hi, Dobby.
There's one similar here on lego.com at £350.
£350. That's just ridiculous. Where's Molly? Where's she gone? Oh, there she is. Hello, Molly. What are we doing? Are we doing some Legos?
There's like 6 bag ones.
I have got my Raccoon City. I don't like the fact there's guns on because people will think that I'm a gun supporter. I'm not.
Big guns.
Big guns, isn't it? Yes, it's my Resident Evil hoodie and it's cold enough to wear it, which is not usual. So, yeah, I just need it to come out of my red jumper and my black leggings because it's getting to be like a uniform. Right, I'm going to get on with this Lego. She'll catch up later in the week. This is our progress so far. It's obviously the Great Hall. Darren's coughing along up in the Grand Hall then. Darren's coughing along up in the kitchen. We're watching Big Bang.
Yeah, we are.
This is probably blurry because my hand's shaky. Isaac's eating his tea. We're blurred. Hang on. Yeah. Why have you a mouthful of spaghetti?
Because I do.
Honest to God. No, yes, I am where it looks like I am. I'm on the pot. No, I'm not doing that. Update, I suppose. It is Saturday, I believe. My parents sent away their COVID tests yesterday. I don't know if I have been on since, but But finally yesterday they did the test, posted it away yesterday. Today, Saturday, I got a text around tea time to say they were both positive, which we knew. They've got all the symptoms. So the carers are still going in, but they're going in like they change into full like heavy PPE gear outside and visors and all that sort of stuff, which they leave out the front, and then my dad has to dispose of, which I'll be honest, I'm not overly happy about. They're supposed to put them in an outside bin, but because my parents' outside bin is in the backyard, they won't put the PPE on and then walk from the back door to the front door because it involves them going through the house. But anyway, so they put it out the front, so my dad has to dispose of it. But yeah, so they're positive. My dad has COPD, I've said before, and other stuff, and he's not someone that will seek help. He's not eating. Me and Darren finished our isolation today. We are officially allowed out, but both our symptoms are still pretty strong. I keep getting really breathless. If I talk too much, I find it starts. Every night when I lie down, I have to lie on my side. I can't lie on my back. It's like a real weight on my chest, which is the same as I had last time. Headaches are horrendous. I'm knackered. I can't taste, I can't smell, which sucks. I hate it. I can't taste my food. And anybody that knows me knows food is one of my main loves in life. Can't taste it. But yeah, we'll be fine. It's just always seems to be not one thing, it's another. And then there's Darren's leg, which we have to just watch and see. Now I know my parents both have this and aren't doing well. I'm going to have to go out and get them some groceries. I don't want to be going out of the house. I don't want to go in their house, but I'm not going to have the choice. Delivery services are fully booked for the next month at least. There's nothing really we can do. I don't know of anyone that delivers food parcels, and if I was to call a charity, my dad would have my guts for garters. He would go mad. My temperature's not too bad. I keep getting really warm though. You can probably see my cheeks are red. That's not normal for me. My face is usually all one colour. I put some powder on to try and like not make it so red, but this, you can see, this isn't normal for me. This is really coming through. But yeah, so that's the update. My parents have now got COVID. My concern is, everywhere says you're not contagious after 10 days from your first symptoms. Now my first symptoms were Boxing Day, but I just thought I'd got a really bad migraine. It was only when Darren started getting the same symptoms that I realised there was more to it. But I'm still getting the really, really bad headaches, and we're now on the 15th of, or 16th of January. So I've had symptoms for 3 weeks. I don't think I'm contagious, but the taste and smell thing only happened 2 days ago. I'm concerned if I go out, am I going to give it to someone else? Even though all the guidelines say I'm fine. I don't think they know fully. You know, this is changing so much and it's affecting different people in different ways. I don't think they know for sure, you know, what the effects are going to be. One person could be in hospital fighting for their life and another person doesn't even have symptoms. I read online earlier that people can get reinfected, but it's extremely rare. That's just rubbish. I know that myself because I know numerous people that have been reinfected. There was like, a man in Hong Kong was infected and 4 months later he was infected by a different strain, and there are news of people in this country, and I'm thinking, me and Darren both have had it twice. This, I think, is the secondary strain. They call it the London variant, I think, which is more characterised by migraines and exhaustion to start with, whereas the other was your typical cough, fever, feeling like you had a cold, like a flu. This tends to really start with the pains and the aches and the headache, and well, headache doesn't even cover it. It's awful headaches that just won't go. You get periods of you've got it, you don't have it, you've got it, you don't have it. But it's time for bed, that's why I'm talking to you in here. Just about to get ready for bed. I don't think there's anything much else to tell you. It's just corona at the minute, isn't it? But be careful, folks. This sucks. It really does. Even if you're not badly affected, you're going to feel like crap for a few weeks. I can't taste. I can't have Chinese. It sucks. I know there's a lot more things to worry about than Chinese. I'm trying to lighten the mood. Yeah, so watch this space. I'll keep you updated as to how we are. But this thing where they're saying it's rare for people to be infected twice is just rubbish. The carers have said to Mum, there's a man they visit that gets it all the time. He's had it numerous times now. Me and Darren have both had it twice. When we spoke to the tracing people when they called, the lady said to Darren that we are getting a lot of reinfections. We're speaking to a lot of people that had it back at the beginning and now they've got the new one, which also is us. So it's not rare. People are getting it twice very commonly, so please be careful. Just because you've had it once doesn't mean you'll be okay. My friend Colin is off the ventilator. There was an article I posted, if you're on my Facebook list. The newspaper covered his story and his interview. Well, they took a video. He did a short video to say thank you to everybody for messages that we'd been sending to him. And they basically took quotes from his video and they made an article about it. So I shared that if you're on my Facebook. But he has to learn to walk again. He's just come off tube feeding and he's tried food he's just tried to eat for the first time. And he started in November. So that'll give you an idea. Some people, are not in a good shape. But at the minute, my main concern is my parents and them pulling through this. It concerns me because my dad, just the COPD, it's not good. Even in the time that I've been talking to you now, I feel the breathlessness starting, and I know that when I go to lie down it's going to get worse. It's hideous. It's such a hideous disease. How did this happen to the world? It's scary. I've got friends, Chris and Toria in England. They had the virus last year also, and they're still, they call it long COVID. They're still suffering. They've still got, exhaustion, headaches and fatigue. They're just struggling still. So definitely, when you tell people, when people are open with you about it, which a lot of people don't like to tell you, but surely we should be telling people that we have it to make them not come near us. I don't know what's to be ashamed about, I didn't do anything I shouldn't have been doing to catch this, neither did my parents, neither did my friends. We stuck by guidelines, but we were unlucky. But people are still struggling with the effects of this, so if you're one of those people that think you'll be okay, or you're one of these people that thinks I haven't got it so far, I'll be fine, or someone that's had it and thinks, oh, well, that's me covered. No, be careful folks, it sucks. But there's a lot of people in an awful lot worse state than us, obviously, so we have to think about them at the minute. Right, I'm going to stop talking because it's annoying me now. So I just wanted to update you about my mum and dad. I've done that, so I shall go sleepies. I shall catch up with you. I may just do a really short, finish the vlog off tomorrow for the week. Thank you for watching. Speak to you later.
What just happened?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's Sunday afternoon. Let them see your progress from yesterday. Hang on, I'll see if I can zoom in from here.
It was terrible.
Right, do you want to turn it sideways so we can see? Yeah, there you go, from yesterday. That's looking awesome. So what just happened that amused you more than I've seen in years?
You got bit by some Lego.
Did the Lego hurt your son and you found it amusing?
It did.
Let's see your thumb, Isaac.
It isn't my thumb.
Well, whatever, your finger.
Show your wound, your Lego wound.
No.
Your scar.
No.
You know that bit in Rambo where he gets a spike and he has to put gunpowder through his
I don't
stomach
remember.
and burn it out?
Right.
It's a similar wound to that on his finger. Rambo.
Can we see it, Isaac?
Go on.
No.
Why not?
Isaac, you can do that, show it.
He was very upset.
It's on that finger. Go on. You can show that finger, it's there.
Dad said I was allowed to do this, but no.
Oh, I see. Alright, that is horrible. Oh, do we really need... See what I have to live with? It's
A
just...
crescendo. That was Lego.
Oh God, look at the colour of my cheeks. Is any wonder I got bloody temperature? Right,
You got rosy cheeks.
Right, so it's Sunday. I am just finished editing some
You've woken
video.
Dobby up.
I've opened Dobby up.
You like?
Have I woken you up?
Oh, poor girl.
Damn it. So it's Sunday, I'm just finishing editing this video.
Poor Dobby.
Just doing what I watched in the first 2 weeks of January. Can't get over how red, but it's still that red cheek thing I had last night. So yeah, that's it for a weekly vlog full of corona and Lego and injuries and farts apparently. I shall speak to you all next week. Over and out from Kit and Caboodle.